Thank you so much, Michelle. It is so wonderful to be here with everyone, and it is a great day to be out of the 10 inches of snow in Minnesota. We are the snow, and we're the words of our poet laureate, Garrison Keillor. The women are strong, the men are good-looking, and all the snowstorms are above average. It is great to be here with the award winners. Congressman Cummings, what an inspiration. I have to tell you that when he was telling about that he had the last laugh, I was thinking about that moment when another congressman tried to shut him down during a hearing and he wouldn't stop talking. He had the last laugh again. Thank you. Also, your other award winners, Richard Ford. I challenge any other senator to tell you that I have read every one of your books, and my favorite was Independence Day. Karina Smirnoff, thank you as well for your great work. But I have a very important job today, and that is to introduce my friend, Vince Roberti. And I first have to tell you about why I wanted to be here so much today, and that is that my mom taught second grade until she was 70 years old. And she taught in a public school, and a school that probably didn't have the kind of services that you see that the lab school has for kids with learning differences. But my mom took that on as her cause. And when she died at the visitation the night before her funeral, a family came to see me. And I had always known that her favorite unit that she taught was the monarch butterfly unit. And she would dress up as a monarch butterfly with a sign that said, "To Mexico or bust." And then she would go to a grocery store to go shopping with her outfit on. But what I could never figure out is why she went to this particular grocery store every time. And what I found out from that family at her visitation was she went to that grocery store because there was a child there that she had when he was in second grade, and he had disabilities. And she ended up going there because he worked bagging groceries after he graduated. And she would go there and stand in that line because that was his favorite unit in second grade. And every year she went back and gave him this big hug. That was my mom, and that's what teaching is all about, and that's what the lab school is all about. So now it is my honor to talk about a guy who has his whole family here, not to mention his priest and his governor, Vin Roberti, who is truly a friend of the lab school in so many ways. He's one of Washington's, as you all know, top strategists. He uses his political expertise and exceptional understanding of how Washington works to help clients navigate Congress, not easy, the White House, and federal agencies. He's recognized by his peers, by business leaders, and decision makers across the federal government as the person with the judgment, contacts, and the strategic sense to get things done. He's one of the Democratic Party's top political strategists at a time when we need them. And he has helped so many people, wonderful people, get into office. From early days in the Connecticut House of Representatives, where he served 4 consecutive terms as one of the youngest members ever elected to a state legislature, to his work as a trustee of AMFAR, the Foundation for AIDS Research, Vin has always fought for his constituents, for his clients, and for his causes. He serves on a number of boards across the country, including a recent appointment by New York Mayor Bill de Blasio to the Museum Modern Art PS1 board. Vin has been dyslexic since childhood, and he went to 4 different schools by 3rd grade. He is both the son and the father of someone with a significant learning difference. He's yet another example of someone who feels his early challenges helped to define who he is today. Please welcome the outstanding achiever with a learning difference for 2014, my friend, Vin Roberti.
I gotta be me, I gotta be me. What else can I be but what I am? I want to live, not merely survive. And I won't give up this dream of life that keeps me.
First of all, Senator, thank you very much, and many, many thanks to the Lab School for giving me this honor this evening. Before I begin, I just want to take a moment about Senator Klobuchar. This person is someone that is emerging so quickly and so forcefully on the national stage. She is always the adult in the room. You see? I told you, right? And she has an extraordinary ability with her keen intellect, sharp wit, to take out a contentious situation in a Manhattan minute. So, Senator, I'm so proud that you were the one who introduced me tonight, and I hope that we remain friends for 30 to 40 years, because I really would love to live to be 100. Last year, we had an opportunity to hear Governor Malloy, who is a great friend of mine, and who delivered one of the most extraordinary, I'd like to call it almost a treatise on what it's like to be a child that has early learning disabilities and what it's like to battle it your entire life until you finally end up doing something extraordinary. His journey happened in a very similar way that mine did. And there was a common thread between the two of us, and that was we both had fearless mothers who never said no, who got rid of the word can't, and refused to ever compromise on anything when it came to us. So, Governor, again, thank you for being here tonight. And, I think that Lahanta and your mom tonight probably up there looking pretty proud of both of us. And he just came off an incredible victory. And anybody who thinks that he won this because of politics, he won this because he is one of the most disciplined people I know. I just wish I could figure out how he loses the weight as quickly as he does, because I've been able to do that. So let's talk about why we're really here this evening. We're not here because of Congressman Cummings or myself, although I do love the fact that we have a Dancing with Stars that has the last name Smirnoff. I mean, that's extraordinary, I have to tell you. And boy, is she good. In every way, she was terrific to kids today. And also our alumni winner, who's extraordinary. And of course, Richard Ford, who today I thought the kids really got a real taste for what it's like to grow up in a place like he grew up, put up with the things he put up with, and look where he is today, how many books he's published, where he is. But I'm going to leave that up to somebody else to talk about him later. But what happened at that school today is the four of us were together, and we were really together. And the students were extraordinary in every possible way you could believe. They are gifted. They are not different. They may learn with a difference, and by the way, they have a perspective. They can see things and solve problems like most people can't in a traditional education. That's why they go on to be such extraordinary figures like the other three honorees you have this evening. And I will tell you that the formula is pretty simple. For me, it wasn't so simple, and for Dan Malloy, it wasn't so simple because we didn't have Sally Smith. 1967, I was on my way to high school, and Governor Malloy was 2 years behind me. We didn't have that opportunity. But what we did have is determination. What you have given your children at this school is an unbelievable gift. I happen to be a son of someone with a learning difference, and I happen to be a father of a son with a learning difference. And the thing I want to leave with you this evening is we were lucky because we had a school that emulated Lab School and actually copied them, called Eagle Hill. You've probably heard of it in Connecticut. And because of that, Vincent was able to have a terrific grammar school education. But I made a very big mistake, and I let my son down, and I want to tell you how. My expectations weren't his expectations. He knew what he wanted to do, and I made a mistake by trying to have him be what I wanted him to be and go to a high school because it was a great prep school, and it was a huge mistake. And it took us 8 years to dig out of that mistake. And he went on his own to rise and be someone that I respect so much. He sets an example for me every day I can't follow. He today is the facilities director for the oldest and the most prestigious sober community in the country, High Watch Farms. And so, Vin, this award tonight's for you. I love you. And our job is to make sure the next generation gets all the support they need. Thank you very much. Great to be with you.